And that in business, when you hear somebody say no, it just means next opportunity.
So when did this House of Avi start?
By about 2017, I was getting frustrated that I wasn't able to find comfortable footwear. Okay, let's just try and make my own. And we're the only manufacturer on planet Earth whose regular sizing goes all the way from 4 to 20. I'm not here to be like everybody else.
Hi, Avi. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting us.
Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
So, what's your story?
In a nutshell, I'm a Meerut guy who decided to travel abroad to study, stayed there, and then kind of decided that I was frustrated that I didn't have good footwear. All right, and along the way, I have my own HR consultancy firm in Australia, does very well, and in my downtime, I dabble in footwear.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Before we move forward, I have these small requests from you. Request number 1. अगर आपको हमारे पॉडकास्ट पसंद आ रहे हैं और आप हमारे एफर्ट्स को अप्रिशिएट करते हैं तो द स्टार्टअप कैफे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कीजिए। सब्सक्रिप्शन के साथ बेल आइकन भी दबाइए जिससे आपको लेटेस्ट वीडियोस नोटिफाई हो सकें। आपका हमसे जुड़ना हमें मोटिवेट करता है कि हम और भी इंस्पायरिंग स्टार्टअप फाउंडर्स और इंडस्ट्री लीडर्स को इस पॉडकास्ट में लेकर आएं। रिक्वेस्ट नंबर 2, अगर आप किसी ऐसे इंसान को जानते हैं जिसके लिए पॉडकास्ट और इसका सब्जेक्ट यूजफुल हो सकता है तो इसका लिंक उसके साथ ज़रूर शेयर करें। हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव सिर्फ कंटेंट बनाना नहीं है। हमारा मिशन है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप से इंस्पायर हों, दूसरों के एक्सपीरियंस से सीखें और अपनी जर्नी को बेहतर बना सकें। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर अटेंशन। अब देखते हैं आगे की कहानी। बट बिफोर वी जंप ऑन टू दैट,
Sure.
आई वुड लाइक टू नो अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट योर stint at Scindia School.
Yes.
Yeah, so how much time you spent there and what did you learn?
So from class 6 onwards, and
Okay.
I finished my year 12 over there.
Okay.
Okay. It is one of the founding pillars of my life has been the Scindia School at Gwalior.
The school of who's who of India?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
But it is more about the wholesome education that we get over there, and an attitude for life, which is failure is not an option.
Yeah.
Which
Excellent.
is find a way. There is always going to be a way. Find it. You just have to find it.
Yeah.
All right. And that in business, when you hear somebody say no, it just means next opportunity.
Wow, that's a very interesting take. So what happened after Scindia? Where did you go from there?
So after Scindia, my sister was in the hotels with the Taj Group, and like a good brother, I wanted to study hotel management.
Okay.
So I went to the Taj School of Hotel Management, IIHM in Aurangabad,
Okay.
which is the Taj School, and I graduated from there. And whilst I was there, I had done a stint in human resources at Taj Mahal, Bombay. I kind of liked it.
You okay?
So that then took me to Australia to do my MBA at Griffith University. And, as life takes you places, my MBA took me places. I was on the Gold Coast for a number of years, and then I started working with a number of Australian powerhouses, and ended up with the Royal Flying Doctor Service for many years, then state health services for many years, and then finally 2019 was the year I went into consultancy.
Wow. So when did this House of Avi start and what was the story behind it?
Sure. By about 2017, I was getting frustrated that I wasn't able to find comfortable footwear. As you know, Australia is a hot country.
Yeah.
Okay. And finding comfortable footwear has always been the bane of my existence. Okay. I'm a big guy, as you can see. I love my food. Okay. So, finding comfortable footwear that's durable and, traveling in the outback, etc., and just around Australia, around the world, I want my feet to get good air.
Okay.
So, constantly getting sandals from Europe or the US, etc., just was getting a bit long in the tooth. So I said, okay, let's just try and make my own.
Okay.
So I made my own.
Wow, interesting. So tell me a little bit about this brand you're building, House of Avi. You have footwear, and I was noticing on your website, it's essentially centered around women footwear right now. Is that correct?
At the moment, yes.
Okay.
Majority of our products are for women because, I mean, even if you went home and you looked around your own house, okay, I'm sure the women in your house have more number of footwear than, number of shoes and sandals, etc., than you do.
But isn't
Unless
that-
you're a hidden shoe fanatic.
But isn't that a little paradoxical, because you started with your own personal problem of fixing what is hurting you, and then you went to a different world and started
That's
creating
correct.
for women?
Because I think when I made something for myself and my friends around saw me, the first people who wanted the same sandals that I had made for myself were my friends' wives.
Oh, wow.
So the Avaka sandals, which are called Avirkas in behind my name in India, are unisex sandals. But
Okay.
obviously they wanted, pretty colors and pretty designs, etc. So we started making them, okay, and have never looked back since.
And what's with this name, House of Avi? Why would you name it like that? You want to create an empire of shoes and tomorrow accessories and apparel and things like that? Is that how the House of Gucci?
I think
Inspired by that?
if only I was that fortunate, which my life will tell me. by the
Gucci would
time.
have also started somewhere like that,
Somewhere like that, yes. Okay. No, but I'm very fixated on the fact that, you don't build something that's not going to last or outlast you. Okay. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to build something for my children, okay, who ultimately will take over my businesses. And, it's a legacy thing.
Yeah, that's
For us,
fascinating.
legacy matters.
Generational work is what you intend to do.
That's correct. I don't want them to give up just because life became hard.
Wow.
Because I'm not from that school.
That's India school speaking, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
So let's double click a bit on House of Avi.
Sure.
What is it that you're doing there? Where is the company? How many people are there?
Sure.
How does your cap table look like? How are you driving it?
So House of Avi production facilities are based for our Indian ethnic wear. We have a factory production line in Ambala, and we're lucky enough and very fortunate enough to have a second factory in Agra.
Okay.
Okay, it's within the family with 3 cousin brothers who run it, and we produce for others as well, but we are able to produce for ourselves as well. Okay, so that's where our production line, but our own production line has 13 people in Agra and 16 people in Ambala.
So that's an interesting point you mentioned, that your family is also involved in the back end of this business.
Yes, so,
So that helps in a way, right?
it helps. Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely helps because unlike other entrepreneurs who are chasing a 3 to 5 year dream of a startup to then have capital investment infrastructure and angel investors and raising funds, etc., we're 100% bootstrapped.
Wow.
And we are not looking.
That's fascinating. Now, another thing which is very fascinating, which I found on your website, is you make shoe sizes from 4 to 20. It's quite remarkable.
That's correct.
But why would you do that? Is there market big enough for this kind of variation in size?
So a lot of your viewers may never have heard this name, Tanya Herbert. She is the current Guinness Book of World Record holder for the largest feet on a living woman on planet Earth.
Okay.
And she wears only House of Avi footwear, and she has size 33 centimeter feet, which is our size 18.
Oh.
I made an additional 2 sizes just in case.
Is that the USP of House of Avi?
Our USP is good footwear, durable footwear, leather footwear.
In any size?
In any size. And we're the only manufacturer on planet Earth whose regular sizing goes all the way from 4 to 20. The only manufacturer.
Okay. So
You can Google this.
So there's nobody like that across the globe who does this?
They will do it as specific custom orders.
Okay.
They don't do it as regular for every shoe design that you have.
But let me understand, how does it financially, from economies of scale perspective, how does this work for you? Because it's easy to guess that those numbers would be minuscule, right?
That's correct. You're exactly right. 80% of the population for footwear, average human being footwear sizes, which is 6 to 10. And in between that, 6, 7, 8, sometimes 9 is the maximum footwear sizes made across by the large scale manufacturers across the globe. 20% of the population feels left out because they don't find their sizes.
बट ये आइडिया आपके दिमाग में कैसे आया कि मतलब एक तो ये है कि भाई शूज़ बनाने हैं मेरे को, ठीक है, माई ओन प्रॉब्लम विल गेट सॉर्टेड व्हेन आई हैव माई ओन शू कंपनी, राइट? आई डोंट हैव टू रश टू अदर पीपल. I'll
Yeah.
design my own shoe and wear. That's understandable. That then you took a detour and then you said that I'm going to look at ladies' footwear and then create that. Then you took another detour and then you said I will create all the sizes possible for humans, right? Matlab, you've been taking detour after detour, right? But what's been driving this uniqueness?
I
Or you
think
could have created a usual, regular shoe company. Why did you take this detour like this?
because then I'll just be like everybody else.
Okay.
I'm not here to be like everybody else. I'm happy that other people are happy catering to 80%. Let them be there. They're happy. I'm happy for them. I'm happier because the 20% look for me. I'm happier that my detours led me to a particular goal,
Okay.
which was to create the largest shoe sizes on earth for people who did not have the opportunity to wear shoes ever. Tanya Herbert never wore heels or boots in her life till she found House of Avi, till she called me and said, "Can you make me something?" And I made her a pair of heels. And she danced in a video just for me, just to show me how happy she was with tears in her eyes. That was pinnacle moments.
Wow.
I made her boots. The world's largest boots on a female have been made by House of Avi. And we have a photo of her wearing them because she tested them out for us.
Interesting.
Knee length boots. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But at the same time, I want to understand how much of your sales today
Yeah.
or your revenue comes from this offbeat size. If that's your moat right now, let's say.
I'd say about 70% of our sale comes from there.
Wow, that's interesting. Which
Yeah.
means in that niche, you've created a name for yourself.
That is correct. Especially out of Europe and the Western world, where feet are larger, women are larger, the LGBTQ trans community exists openly and freely.
Okay.
Okay, they come to me in droves because they have large sizes. Their demands of large size footwear, which they've not been able to find easily before. Now they have an option. Now they have multiple options in heels, mules, flats, sandals, loafers.
Interesting. But, I'm curious to know if size is the only moat that we have here, then wouldn't it be possible for the big guys or the legacy players tomorrow to look at your business model and say that, okay, House of Avi is growing and it's making decent revenue from these offbeat sizes. Tomorrow, what if they also come and then the moat disappears?
I think it won't disappear for a very simple reason. If it had to disappear, it would have disappeared years ago. They would already be making large inclusive sizes.
Okay.
They don't because it's bad economics for them.
That's a very interesting thought. And I think that's one of the reasons why brands like yourselves are succeeding in today's market, because you're looking at a niche and creating unique products and services for that niche in which the bigger legacy players are not interested. And I see that happening in almost every industry, right? From skincare to healthcare to
Yeah.
apparel to food to footwear. Now you're driving it for footwear, but that's a trend which is quite visible, I would say, in last 5-6 years.
That is correct.
And Indian brands now are a lot of these Indian brands are now creating products that are getting a lot of traction even abroad, right? Primarily because they're looking at this narrow niche and creating unique products and services for that.
Correct, because I think the objective has now been to inverse the we rather than look at it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, the world is no longer looking at it this way. You got to look at it this way.
Yeah. That's a very strong trend that I see. So today, what is the best-selling categories that you have? And if I were to look at House of Avi, in fact, I went to your website. I just wanted to understand what are the different categories that you operate in. So how would you put them into buckets? What kind
Sure.
of categories are there?
So the Avaka sandals or the Avarika sandals in India, they are our high-selling quantity-wise.
Okay.
Okay, but some things that I find very difficult to keep up production with is heels.
Okay.
Okay, and all the way to size 20 heels.
Okay.
All right. We have a version called Mermaid.
Okay.
Mermaid heels. Okay, we have this is like I think about the 9th batch that we've made. It sells well, and it's all across the Western world. because they're available in the large sizes, and a lot of the trans community likes them.
Okay.
So it works.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Super interesting. So, another thing which comes to my mind when I look at this category is, of course, production ability to, do manufacturing is one part, which is largely sorted for you primarily because you have a backend.
That's correct.
Sorted backend. Another very, very critical part of this industry is design, right? Because in a category like this, design changes by the time the ink dries on your paper.
Yeah.
World has moved on to some other design. Like
That's
this is the
correct.
world driven by Zara's of the world, fast fashion.
Mhm.
So how do you manage this fast fashion? Or are you there in fast fashion, or you're more into sophisticated, timeless kind of designs?
Neither.
Okay.
My agenda is very simple. Build it to last. Especially in my Western wear. Okay.
So more like classic designs, which
Classic designs that are evergreen anytime, anywhere.
okay.
Loafers, like what I'm wearing. Okay. They'll go anywhere. Okay. Travel. Okay. Meetings, board meetings. Okay. And I travel a lot. Okay. So anytime, anywhere, that's the footwear I want to make.
Yeah, but that's a category. Let's say loafer is a category, but the color or the shape or the look and feel, that keeps changing, right? Isn't it?
It does, but it's generation to generation. Okay. And
So, for example, just to quote you here,
sure.
I remember Woodland used to be a very big brand when I was in college, right? The Timberland style of shoes, they just
Yeah.
copy pasted it as it is, right?
That's right.
In India. But, it was a rage back then. I'm talking about year 2000, 2003 to 4.
Yeah.
But then now that fashion has disappeared, you
That's
don't really see people wearing the Woodland kind of shoes.
Yeah.
Like sneakers today are in rage. So again, something else will come tomorrow. So do you follow fashion, and do you create something which is trending, and you work on that?
Yeah, we do. And the Avarkas are the prime example. The Avarkas have been around for generations and is currently the highest selling by quantity sandal across the Western world.
Okay.
It is the surprising fact that it's because of the higher price, if it has to be imported from Spain, okay, it's about 30,000 rupees.
Okay.
And then you look at what we're selling it as.
So where are you priced? Let's say if I look at your total category, would you be at luxury, premium, mass premium, mid level? Where is it?
I think I'm mid-level.
Okay.
I would say for my homework.
Okay.
Okay. Because when you look at a company like Needle Dust to sell jutis, Fizzy Gobbler to sell jutis, you're talking 6,000, 7,000. Their designer wear is 8,000. Our designer wear is 2,500 because I'm bootstrapped.
Interesting. And how long you been building this brand now? 7.
Roughly there.
So what's been the journey like in last 7 years?
I think my wife might want a different husband, but because she's an accountant by trade, okay, teaches finance at university, okay, so and she is our ghar ki munshi, so she keeps us straight and on the narrow.
Okay.
But anything that the journey has been it's been tough because I've learned a lot along the way in terms of what I should not have done and maybe what I should have done. Maybe this podcast should have happened 2 years ago. Okay, so I'm having to learn not just produce the manufacturing of footwear, but looking at e-commerce, looking at how content works, looking at how PR works, looking at how, it's an all 360 aspect of a product.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you believe in it, you're the only one as the founder of a particular product, of a particular brand, or of a particular set of products that you want to sell. You've got to be its biggest believer. The day you lose belief, that's when anybody else can come and take over.
Yeah, that's true for all entrepreneurs. Totally agree. Couldn't agree more. Now, do you think India can tomorrow become a global leader in categories like these, and why?
100%. Look at our manufacturing power. But to do what we can do in India for the world globally, the first thing we need to do is to change the public's mindset, which is immeasurably difficult. is to accept copycat and fakes. Our copyright law in India is very weak. Okay, you can get legal first copies.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
In any brand.
True, true.
Which is why House of Avi will never make sneakers.
Okay.
Easy to copy.
Yeah.
Right? Why should I make them? I'm happy not to be in that segment.
Okay.
Okay, because Adidas will come out with something new. Within 24 hours, everybody, like the guys who are copying, etc. Okay, China, they'll start getting calls from the factories in China.
Yeah.
And so we can give you this, buy a shipping container full. And they're doing it. You on WhatsApp, on Instagram, there are Indians sitting in China making reels saying, come here, this is our number, this is where I live, this is the factories. Factory 1 sells you this, buy the container. Factory 2 will give you this. Factory 3 will give you this. And you should, it's very carefully said. They're not saying they'll give you Adidas, Nike or Reebok. They're saying article. ये article देखिए ये इसमें आ रहा है, ये article देखिए ये आज article लेके आए ये. Why? Because they know they can't use the brand name. Right? And our market in India is being flooded by these cheap, fake, products. So if we can stop the influx of these cheap knockoffs, and hope the current government of the day can make some very stringent rules around fakes.
Yeah.
Okay, the powerhouse that is available in India will surpass the powerhouse that China is and was. We ourselves need to not accept cheap, fake, semi-good materials to make a good product.
बट इसमें मेरा एक कंसर्न है, क्वेश्चन है जो मैं काफ़ी सालों से इस पर मैंने विचार किया है और उसका जवाब अभी मिला नहीं मेरे को. वो ये है कि ability to produce, ability to manufacture, you can't surpass China, right? I mean, it's the gold standard today. Across the globe, you can't surpass China. However, having said that, they have the state-of-the-art manufacturing facility for anything, be it apparel or electronics or footwear. Still, the ability to make brands, to create brands, is what differentiates, let's say, a Western brand from, this side of the world, right? So they probably today do not have the ability to create manufacturing lines like China has done or what India is trying to do now, right, with Make in India. But don't you think that the brand quotient, which is the biggest driver of why people purchase, is where China has miserably failed? And I just can't recall any Chinese brand beyond the electronics or beyond the mobile brands. But let's say footwear, for example, or apparel, what I like to wear or what you would like to wear.
Yeah.
Can you recall one brand which is available in India, which is considered at par with, let's say, Adidas or Nike and all? Why is that gap?
I think it is because governments of the day along the last few generations have allowed this, what I would call the slippage of quality. Okay. In China, they made it a national governance perspective that we want to build for the world. Years ago, generations ago, the central government in China made that decision.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm keeping it in simple terms. There were many other reasons, but the principal reason was this.
Yeah.
Okay. And they churned generations of citizens to that goal. All right. And now what's happened is because other countries now, Vietnam, Malaysia, India, etc., growing economies, workforce getting more educated, younger workforce, okay, hungry for more, wanting to make more, all right, as a population wanting to make more. What happened is that because global brands started finding cheaper production in these countries, China started making additional supply at cheaper rates to put into these countries as knockoffs. Until we break that cycle, India will never be the powerhouse it wants to be. It is a major glut. Okay, and I look at it, and I did my own investigations when I wanted to see. Okay, I knew I'd always make in India. I was never interested in making anywhere else. Can I make in Australia? Yes, I can. But I'll have to sponsor some artisans to go from here to go and teach muscle movements, etc. over there to teach that skill, right? And then set up tooling over there. Why? When I can do it here. So it comes down to what is our production capability? Not me, just as as a manufacturer, but is the country heading? Is the country supporting it? It is. But we need a lot more stringency in the ability for state governments and local administration to really come down hard on the the fake markets, because they are killing the
real players.
the real players.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So what you're saying is tomorrow any brand comes and then they create a name for themselves, then the knockoffs are immediately available, like at the drop of hat, right? Anywhere you go, you'll find those knockoffs, and that totally kills the opportunity for that brand to expand and do much better and bigger, right?
That's correct.
ठीक है, so we'll wait for the country to fix that. Let's come back to our vision. So while the company is growing rapidly and you're totally bootstrapped, what is your vision? Are you looking at investment? Are you looking at expanding your, ramping up your production facilities, adding more, categories? What is the vision for next 5 years?
I think the vision for the next 5 years, we will never look for investors, because I'm not going to accept anybody telling me what I need to do in my business.
Okay.
It's the whole reason why I'm the boss.
Okay.
Okay, or I should say my wife is the boss. No, but it's that, the minute you get investment in, you start having to...
You're buying yourself a boss?
You're buying yourself a boss. Not only that, they come with ideas that may not match yours long term. Okay, and then they're first money in, first money out. I don't want that journey. We spent 6-7 years now making our own way. We're happy we're small. Okay, we're building a legacy. We're not building, a 3 to 5 year plan. And in that, what we want to achieve is to make good products, solid footwear that will last. Batas a few years ago, I'd say till about 10 years ago, Naughty Boys and Oxfords were all, I used to wear all throughout school. I've worn Naughty Boys and Oxfords. Good footwear at that time. Now, substandard materials, standards are slipping because costs are high, legacy operator. Okay, let's make products a little bit cheaper. Let's expand the product range because that's what it needs to be done. Because there are other players in the market. You look at their quality now. And then you go start thinking Metro shoes, Mochi. Okay, then you start thinking, oh, hold on. Which of these are actual manufacturers? Which of these are white labels?
Yeah, we don't know really.
And then suddenly you come to know that more than 85% of actual brands in India for footwear, and I'll stick to footwear, are white label brands. They don't manufacture.
So my take on that would be probably it's their strategy, nothing wrong in that.
Nothing wrong in that.
But yours is very different. You want to create a generational business.
Yeah.
You want to keep your focused approach very narrow. You want to operate in that niche and you want to create something which is very unique, right?
True.
Very different, very unique.
And very transparent.
Very transparent.
This is what we do. This is what we're comfortable with. This is what we're going to continue to do.
So I want to understand from you, Avi, in your industry, which is one footwear brand that you genuinely admire and you feel that's the gold standard for you?
None.
None? Primarily because they're all catering to that 80%?
That's
But
correct.
there would be somebody who would be looking at a narrow niche and doing something, right? No,
Google search and let me know. When you find out, let me know. There is one gentleman in Germany who will cater to larger feet, and a lot of sports people go to him.
Okay.
But again, he's custom making.
Custom making.
Yeah.
Whereas you have ready-made stuff lying
Up to size 20. Okay, 35 centimeters long. There is no other manufacturer on earth right now. Hopefully, there'll be more in the future. There's 8 billion people in this planet.
Yeah.
I can't make for everybody.
I'm intrigued when I ask myself how to market to these people. How do you do that? That's a very narrow niche, and then when you advertise or when you talk about it, the message 80% of that investment would be going to people who probably would say, "नहीं मेरे लिए नहीं है ये. It's for some special people."
That's correct.
So how do you market?
I do what everybody else does. But what I don't do is I don't go for influencers.
Okay.
I go for people who are actually are users, but they are leading lights in particular movements.
Okay.
Tanya Herbert gives authenticity to what we're doing because sheer size.
Yeah.
She's 7 feet tall. Okay, and size 18. Okay. We've just started working with Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi ji,
Okay.
okay, for the transgender, LGBTQ and trans community.
Okay.
Nobody makes shoes for them. Nobody makes footwear for specifically for Pride. House
So
of
would
Avi.
those shoes be a little different from usual? Why would that be?
It's
In
it's
terms
not-
of design?
it's more design, it's more color, it's specifically for them because the trans community is a massive customer base for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say about 60% of my current footwear is being purchased by trans community, LGBTQ community across the world.
That's very interesting because you're speaking their language, it seems, because they're
right.
understanding what you're trying to do.
That's correct. Which is why I wanted, if I don't think I'll be successful selling to the Pride community around the world if I can't do it in India where I come from. So that's why I want to work with people who are leading lights in their movements. So the trans community is a movement in here, and she is the leader of Kinder Akhada in India. Okay, and I've had a good conversation, multiple good conversations with her. We've taken her input into the design that is going into production next week.
Wow. Super interesting, I would say. Now, where are you selling? Is it only D2C? You're available on Amazons of the world? Where
No.
can we find you?
On our website.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And you're not in offline as well. You're not on shelves of any retailer as well.
No.
House of Avi is only at houseofavi.com.
You want us, you find us, you'll get us. Our motto is very simple. You call, we haul, that's all.
Remarkable. That's remarkable. That's impressive and remarkable. Great. Now, few things that I want to know from you, from the perspective of people who are looking at you. And you seem to be someone who's very headstrong and clear in what you want to achieve, right? So, what is one advice that you would want to give to someone who wants to build a global brand from India? Someone who's sitting on fence and not started the journey. What would you like to tell that young man who wants to get on the journey of entrepreneurship? You've been there. You've done that.
Own the product. Don't mistake yourself of being a digital marketing agency with a Shopify store. Own the product. Put effort into owning the product in terms of not just buying the product, but having a say in how that product is made to your specifications for your specific client group, clientage.
Yeah. That's a very powerful advice. What else?
Fail. Don't just sit there thinking it's going to come easy. Okay. Learn from the mistakes that you make. Forget about the others.
Quite fascinating. Now, one business person who has inspired you the most in your journey so far, someone you look up to and say that, okay, this man has built something.
I used to read a lot about Steve Jobs. Okay, in my younger years, tech was big at that stage, and how Apple was doing what it was doing, etc. But then I realized something. I started thinking of how Steve Jobs would do things and how Apple would do things, etc. And I was like, hold on, I'm not in that stratosphere. I'm in Avi Kumar land. So it turned out that, okay, I stopped looking at what Apple was doing. I stopped looking at what Steve Jobs was doing. I stopped looking at, Richard Branson, what he was doing about 10 years ago. I stopped. I literally stopped. And I started concentrating on what I wanted to do. I trusted my gut. And I have a big gut. I love food. And it worked.
That we all can see.
It worked.
Yeah.
Because
I'm sure it
if there were failures, were my failures. If there were learnings, my learnings. Okay. If there's anything that I have learned along this journey that I could pass on to other entrepreneurs who would want to start at any stage in life, is to have a team around you that will have the courage to come to you and say, let's not do that. Or maybe it's not the right time. If you have yes men around you, you will fail or you'll be mediocre. If I have people like Atul and Parul and Lakshika around me, these are my pillars of House of Avi. Because they know what I'm in it for. Okay, they speak my language. Okay, and they know how to guide me. Sure, I pay the bills, but they have the moral courage to come call me anytime, 24/7. I'm available to this core team, and they can tell me that we don't think you should do it this way. We don't think this content is right, or change this. Maybe let's try this. Okay, rather than yeah, of course, sir, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir. We'll do this. We can do this and we can do that. And I choose my people around me very carefully. I want them to have that courage to challenge me.
Interesting. Super interesting. Now, before we say goodbye,
Sure.
footwear as an industry, this
Yeah.
has grown multifold in last few years, right? Post COVID, I think there's been a flurry of brands which have come and they're all doing good, and
Yeah.
people are entering these new categories and building brands left, right, center, getting funded, making $1 billion companies, doing great exits. So what is it that you would want to tell someone who wants to focus on this category based on what you've learned of managing this category for so many years?
So I think the top 3 things that come to my mind is forget sneakers for at least 10 years.
Okay.
It's a glut of sneakers available in the market. You cannot keep up with the fakes, even if you make your own brand.
Okay.
Someone will copy it.
Okay.
Okay. Until the regulations around the country on IP, etc., and copyright become much stronger, don't. Okay. Second thing, and this is a personal preference, stop reading about other business people who put their journey down in a book. That's their journey. You read it, you'll be influenced to think on how they think, and you'll miss out on the best part of what life has to offer to you, your own independent thought. It's good to know what they've done. But the minute you start reading founder after, etc., who's written books about themselves, etc., they've reached that stage in life, good, great for them. They did well.
I'm just reminded of someone who came last week and mentioned this very beautifully. And this lady said that don't look at other people's screensaver and decide your.
True. That's right.
Such a beautiful statement, yeah.
And something that comes very regularly to me, ideals are peaceful. History is violent. Okay, it's a common saying that we've heard over the years. It's in Hollywood also. Okay, but I live by it. Ideals are peaceful. History is violent. In a way, in my industry, okay, I know where I can get ripped off. I know who can copy me, especially my duties when I do new designs. I know for a fact that if I take out 10 designs tomorrow, within 24 hours, they'll get copied. And they'll be being sold by the same people who actually make the chassis of the jutis next to us in Ambala. Okay, I know for a fact that it's an ability as an entrepreneur to be steadfast in your own beliefs. Only let your trusted people change your direction.
Very powerful and very impressive. Thank you so much, Avi. Such a pleasure to meet you.
No, thank you very much for having us.
Such a great learning from your words of wisdom. We wish you great luck.
Thank you so much.
Hope to see House of Avi as a big brand, as big as House of Gucci tomorrow. And we'll catch up again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.